Oh, you're my date? Oh, you like my shoes? I don't blame you. Let's sit down, shall we, and really get to know each other. I'm tired of small talk, and I'm tired of I want to get to the root of who you are. So I will begin our date today asking you this question. What is your least favorite vegetable? 3, 2, 1. Broccoli. Yes, thank God you said broccoli. I could not trust you otherwise. And scene. I'm an amazing actor. Here's the thing, you guys. Actually, for real, I do have a date for the first time in 6 months or something coming up, and I forget how to do it. So I wanted to have this sort of warm-up date with you, just to see if I still have my chops, because I don't want to scare this boy away. And so far, I feel like I'm doing great. Do not worry, the date will be socially distanced, and it will be lovely. I brought this notepad of questions that I could bring on a date because I'm not exactly sure what to ask on a date right now. Now, before we begin, waiter, can I please get a vodka? Yes? Yes? I just want to be drunk? Yes? Firstly, well, what do you do for a living, blank? No, that's boring. That's exactly the type of question I'm not gonna ask. Are you religious? And what do you think about religion? He'll probably say, I'm not religious. Then I will say, in an extremely non-performed, non-scripted, completely vulnerable, and off-the-cuff way. I used to think that I hated religion because I thought it brings a lot of hate. For instance, we are gay. And we have all probably been subject to some pretty nasty things that religious people have to say about it. Not very fun. Also, religion has led to a ton of wars. And so I used to really think that religion was like the opium of the masses. But guess what? I have turned a new leaf. Of course, I'm still not religious, but I do understand why people are. I think it is a privilege to be atheist because, first of all, when you maybe I just need to slow down. First of all, one. What was number one? Am I serious right now? If this happened on the date, that would look pretty suspicious. Oh yeah. First of all, one. If you have a good life already in this world, I feel like you're less likely to need to rely on religion because, I'm very privileged. And so I'm happy. I live comfortably. I, have a good family life. I have good friends. I have independence. And of course I'm anxious and of course I get sad sometimes. But in general, I can find happiness. All of those things make for a pretty privileged situation. And I understand that a lot of people are not as privileged as I am, and they suffer a lot more. And I think that at a certain point, religion is a coping mechanism that a lot of people need if they are not happy with their life on earth now, because it promises them a life of eternal happiness. But me personally, I don't need that promise of a life of eternal happiness. I do feel like I can make this life happy. So I don't feel like religion is a necessity for me. Like it might be for some others just to get through the day. I think it is good for that reason. It still ain't me. Could not be me. But I do understand it from I think, more open perspective now. I'm imagining me saying this on a first date. Then the next question, of course, the follow-up is, well, if you're not religious, are you scared of dying? And I will say, and a hilarious joke that I just make up on the spot, I'm scared to death of death. And then I'll go, But it is true. Then, if you understand the weight of death, do you feel bad about eating meat? I'll let you take this one. Interesting. Will you extrapolate or exacerbate? Will you is it extrapolate? Interesting points that actually I was going to make as well. I do feel guilty eating meat. I do feel most guilty about eating cows and pigs. I just feel like they are the most human. I know that's not necessarily a good indicator of why you should or shouldn't eat meat, but it is something that I think about. For instance, chickens, they are completely non-human to me, and I don't feel very bad about eating them. That's also why I don't feel guilty about eating fish at all. I feel like they are... So I try not to eat pigs and cows. I do still sometimes because, listen, I love the taste of meat. And I also am a picky eater. I don't like cauliflower or eggplant or broccoli. And I also don't really like fake meats like tofu, except for chicken nuggets. Sometimes those you can get away with. And this is not taking into account the, effects of the planet, which also are horrible. There's a young man walking my way. He's going to see me. Oh no, he's walking this way. I'm going to move out of the way as he walks by like a spy. This is so weird. He is cute. I will confirm that he is cute. Very cool, very cool. Awesome. Well, that was a close one. Clearly, I'm, not very confident in myself because I hide from boys my age. However, I'm still growing and still learning. Anyway, I would like to eat less meat. Now, the obvious follow-up question is, well then, why don't you? Why don't you eat less meat? And then my answer becomes, because I am a hypocrite. I was vegetarian for 4 months once, and that was doable. Maybe I should do that again. You guys really make me think. Now, the obvious follow-up question from that is, do you feel bad about eating plants? It's kind of the obvious answer to say, no, I don't feel bad about eating plants. They aren't conscious. Conscious? Conscience? Much to think about. How do we really know they're not conscious? I don't know, maybe this is a whole other video we could talk about, but I kind of do feel like plants are conscious. I kind of do feel like a plant knows that it's a plant, and a plant recognizes its place in the world. I kind of feel like if a bird, nests in a tree, the tree knows that it's being nested on. Or if a bird is, pecking like a woodpecker, I do kind of feel like the tree knows that. I don't know that it feels pain, but I do think at the simplest terms, it's not out of the question that a tree might know its treeness. And I feel like some plants just know their plantness. And I have only one deal breaker in this whole date. He could say a whole lot of things. I am also planning on asking if he has a favorite YouTuber. The perfect answer would be no, I don't watch YouTube. See, that to me would be the hottest answer of all. The worst answer would be Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star. That would be bad. And I would leave. And I plan to. Oh my god, my neighbors. Well, this is where I go inside now because my neighbors just got home and I am not willing to talk about anything in front of people. Wait, you thought we were done? No. We're just getting started. Welcome to the bedroom. Here. Make yourself at home. So this is the part of the date where, everything's gone well. He says he has no favorite YouTuber and he has, negative opinions on, several racist people. And then I go inside and I'm in bed and he is 6 feet apart still outside my window so we can continue socially distancing because we're still in a pandemic. Don't lose. Let's not lose as a society to this pandemic. So I'm gonna get in bed. I'm gonna start getting to ask the spicier questions because, the setting allows for it. So do you sleep with a top sheet? Or is that just something that your mom made you use when you were a kid and you don't really understand what it's for because you only need the duvet and the bottom sheet? The top sheet's just a weird thing that your legs get caught up in and then you just end up yanking it off, throwing it on the floor. And then your mom's like, why'd you throw it on the floor? And then you're like, I don't want to sleep with it. I don't know what to do with it. And then she's like, ugh, this is a mess. And then it just becomes a whole thing that weirdly becomes a conflict between you and your mom. Or do you not sleep with the top sheet? Is that relatable? And then he'll be like, I don't sleep with the top sheet, but my mom also did that. And then we'll have two connections at once. One, that we sleep the same way, which, implications, everyone. Getting them to imagine you in the bedroom, if you understand what I'm saying. And also, you get the understanding of, oh, our moms are the same. They'd probably like each other. Guess we should get married. Then I start doing things like this. With my long wires, I start going. Showing up my rope skills. Check that one out. That was pretty good. Wonder what we could use that for. I don't want things to be too spicy, but I definitely want to, plant the seed. No pun intended. Oh yeah, I'm on a date. Oh yeah, I wonder if our fates are connected for free with education connection. Yeah, let me hear you freestyle. Not good, but I'll let you finish. What was that even a rhyme? Anyways, do you have any different opinions about the things that I talked about today? And please leave questions for a future date with me. Because I feel like this is a more of a fun Q&A type thing that we could do. Instead of a Q&A, I just go on a date with you guys. So leave any questions in the comments below. That's a great question, but I actually can't hear you. I really appreciate you guys engaging with all my new stuff. I really like the direction that my channel's going in just because it's more me. I hope you can feel that. I love you.